Welcome to this episode, and I am so happy because we moved to Antwerp and I stayed at my parents' place for around 2 months because before we went to Antwerp, we stayed in Bali for 4 months. And after staying in Bali, I really felt I need a place, like a new home, because we ended everything. We ended our contracts. We didn't have anything left here in the Netherlands, so we had to start over again. So right now we moved to Antwerp, my boyfriend Bas and I, and I'm so happy to finally have this new place, just our place with our own stuff, our own own things like chairs, table, our bed. It's just it feels like home again, and that's something that I really missed in the last 6 months. And I really love this new city because I lived for 8 years in Amsterdam. And when I just sustained a concussion, I felt very overwhelmed in a big city. And I really wanted to move away. I really wanted to stay in a place that was more rural, a more quiet place, with more nature. So I moved away from Amsterdam and I started living together with my boyfriend, and then I realized the other place we went through wasn't a place that was making me happy. And we decided to go to Bali, Indonesia, because we thought it's just a new place with more nature and everything. And we just wanted to give it a try because it was always in my head. And if I wouldn't try this time, then I think I would have some regrets. So we went to Bali last January, and we just find out that that wasn't the place for us. There was so much noise. It's too busy. Of course, there are beautiful places in Bali, but it was not for us. So we went back to Europe, and this was in May, the end of May. But we didn't have a house anymore, so we had to find a new one. My boyfriend stayed at a friend. I stayed at my parents' place. So I stayed there for 2 months. And then we found a place in Antwerp. And I knew this city. I never lived in Antwerp, but I visited a few times. So it was quite new for me. But I felt the excitement that I wanted to go to a city and not a rural place anymore, but more. I just needed more. I just love it when the supermarket is around the corner, when there is a gym around the corner. I really like the vibes of the city, so I was just missing it. And so we thought, okay, let's do this. Let's go to Antwerp. And my boyfriend already said, I want to go to Antwerp because I love this city, and I'm okay with it because I don't know what the other option would be. So we went to Antwerp, and now we are living there. And I noticed that I am able to handle all the city vibes way better than I handled them in Amsterdam. And it's already 2 years ago that I moved away from Amsterdam. So in those two years, so this is my 4th and my 6th year of recovery, between the 4th and 6th year, I recovered a lot. And I know that some people told me, or some doctors told some people that they couldn't recover after 3 years, but that's so not true. I recovered the most after 3 years, 2 years, 3 years, and still recovering, still improving. So I want you to know that there is no timeline for recovery. So you can still improve even after many years. I even met people who recovered after 10 years, and someone even after 30 years. So I just want you to know, if you reach this 3-year mark that some doctors are telling you that you can't improve after 3 years of recovery, they are wrong. There are always so many new things to try. And just never give up. There's so much out there. There's still so much research going on. And I believe we don't know anything about the brain. Of course, we don't know everything about the brain. And that's why I choose to yeah, to focus on the things that we can do and not accept the fact that we can't improve. So that's basically something that I really focus on, and that I always tell my members as well, that it's not about that we can't improve anymore. It's about trying new things, have an open mindset, and really, yeah, looking forward to trying new things and feel motivated to try new things. And I know you can be in this circle of not willing to try new things anymore. I have those periods as well. Then you tried a lot of new things, and some of them worked, some of them didn't work, and then you are about to to give up. Then you feel like, okay, I just don't want to do any treatments at this moment. I just want to focus on life, on the things that make me happy. And sometimes you are doing too many treatments, focusing too much on getting better, that it's better to take a step back. Sometimes it helps even more than doing too many things. But that said, I'm in Antwerp and I can handle way more things. I can go to restaurants and sit there and really enjoy my meal, instead of when I compare it with Amsterdam, when I was sitting in a restaurant and I felt like I really want to go home because it's too much. There is the music, there is the people talking. I need to have a conversation at the same time, choose my meal. There was just so much going on, and I just couldn't do this most of the time. Sometimes I could, but it was too much when I was in Amsterdam. And right now I am in Antwerp and I feel I can handle more. The first time that I visited my boyfriend, we went for lunch, we went for coffee, we went for dinner. We did even we had to move from one place to another place because he was renting an Airbnb before we could move into to our new apartment. So we had to pack some stuff as well. So I did a lot of things. I was working at the same time as well. So many things in only 2 days, and I could handle it. And the same when I went there. I went twice to Antwerp before we really moved. And the second time I was there, and I was just doing so many things, and it was going like automatically. I was there and I walked for 30 minutes from the station. I took the train, of course. The train had a delay of 1 hour. I went immediately for lunch. I went for dinner in the evening. We unpacked a lot of boxes in our new apartment. I did the laundry. I worked in the morning. Just so many things that I couldn't even think of doing a few years ago, or when I was in Amsterdam. This was way too much for me. So I'm handling the city vibes in Antwerp very well, and I'm surprised that I can handle it. And at first I was a bit worried that it would be maybe too much, that there would be too much impressions or too many impressions, or that I could that I had maybe some regrets of moving there, because a city as Antwerp is busy. There is so much going on, but I like it, and I just feel it really feels good to be back in the city again, because I feel just like I belong there even more than a quiet place. And of course, I love to go to quiet places as well, but I think that's more a vacation thing right now. So, for example, I love to go to the beach, and if I go to a beach, then it will be, or if I go on vacation, then it will be like a beach vacation, for example, instead of a city trip. But I love Antwerp, and I do understand people. I spoke to a lot of people who also lived, for example, in Amsterdam, and they told me the same things, like it's too much, there's too much going on, there are so many bicycles, there are so many trams, cars, people, it's so busy, and when you're recovering from a concussion, it's not the best place to be at, because it's just too much sometimes to handle. And that's what I felt in those years after I sustained my concussion and when I was in Amsterdam. I mostly was inside my house and just hiding from the world, because it was just too much to handle. And then you just don't want to be in a city. You want to go outside, be in nature. That would be more helpful. But I think once you feel, hey, I'm feeling better, I think I can handle more, I would really suggest to try going out, to try to go to a new city, and not even moving, but just trying new things, because it really can help you to get more confidence about what you can handle. Because so many thoughts for such a long time, so many thoughts were, I can't do this, I can't go there. So your brain automatically thinks, I can't do it. But most of the time you can handle way more than you think. And I just want to encourage people to, not to push yourself too much, of course, but to, give yourself sometimes, when you feel you can do it, a little push. Because every time I pushed myself a little bit, the things that I was scared of, that I thought, oh, I can't handle it, I mostly could handle it. And I felt way better afterwards. Like, hey, I can do more than I thought. And that's just something that's really important, I think, in a concussion recovery, to try new things, to step out that comfort zone, and not to convince yourself that you can't do all those things, because then you end up in the circle of not being able to do things, scared to do things. Little push is okay sometimes. But I just want to give you this update about my move to Antwerp, and that I'm doing okay in a city. And let this be your reminder that you can handle more than you think.